Hi, I'm Les Wilkinson with the law firm of Wilkinson Magruder. I'm here with my law partner, Andy Magruder, to answer some of the questions you might have about the Social Security disability process. Andy, we hear the term back pay a lot, and clients are always asking, well, how much am I going to get if I get approved? So could you explain to us what does back pay mean?
Sure, Les. That's a great question because we're asked all the time. A client comes in and maybe it's here in 2015 and they stop working, say early 2012, say January 2012, and they'll say, well, can I get paid back to January 2012? Well, that question depends upon a lot of factors. First of all, if they're found disabled, the adjudicator or the judge has to determine the date on which they became disabled, and that depends upon when they stopped working, the strength of the medical evidence, their age, how the grids may factor into it. But once the judge determines that, yes, they were disabled, and here's the date on which they became disabled, Social Security will determine the back pay. Now, first of all, unless there's a prior application that can be reopened, Social Security can only pay 1 year prior to the date of the application. So if an individual applied for disability January 1st, 2014, saying they became disabled back in 2010, the judge may say, yes, you became disabled back in 2010, but they can only go back 1 year from January 1st, 2014. Okay. There's also a 5-month waiting period. So in other words, if the judge says, yes, you became disabled, say July 15th, 2014, they have to wait 5 full months in order for their disability benefits to kick in from the date that they became disabled. So there are a lot of things that go into the equation. In terms of their monthly benefits and how much that might be, that's determined on an individual basis based upon how much this person has paid in over the years. So, someone might get, based upon their earnings, $800 a month. Someone might get $1,500 a month. Someone might get $2,300 a month. So the monthly benefit's going to depend upon how much they paid in over the years. And what I'm talking about now is Social Security disability. SSI back pay is a different issue. Can you address that with our audience?
Right. SSI is paid from the date of the application. So it doesn't matter if you became disabled in 2010. If you go down there today and apply, today's date is the date that your back pay starts. It doesn't matter when you became disabled. So if you are unable to work and all you're entitled to is SSI, be sure to apply. Don't wait around because you're not going to get back pay except from the date of the application. Sort of like VA benefits, they pay from the date of the claim. They don't go back and say, well, you had these problems beforehand. You apply the date of the application for SSI, just like the date of the claim for the VA benefit.
And what happens, Les, is once a person is determined disabled, the payment center for a disability case is going to send out what's called a notice of award. And this is the paperwork they send to both the lawyer and the client that explains how much their back pay is. And it'll set it forth saying you became disabled this month, you're entitled to this amount of money, and here's your total back pay. And it'll also explain to them when they should expect their check each month and how much that should be.